PK Law. Each year, this event gives us the opportunity to pause and recognize leaders who are not only successful in their own right, but who are deeply committed to elevating others. This morning, we gather to honor individuals and organizations who spark meaningful change and create pathways for the next generation of women leaders. Today, we celebrate an exceptional group of finalists for the ATHENA Leadership Award, the ATHENA Organizational Leadership Award, and the ATHENA Young Professional Leadership Award. Among these inspiring leaders and organizations, we will recognize 3 recipients, those dedicated with vision, commitment to empowering women, truly setting them aside. The ATHENA Leadership Awards represent more than an achievement. They represent impact. The ATHENA Leadership Award honors a distinguished leader who champions women throughout their careers and opens doors and opportunities for others. The ATHENA Young Professional Leadership Award celebrates emerging leaders, 22 to 40 years of age, who are already serving as role models and catalysts for positive change in our community. The ATHENA Organizational Leadership Award recognizes an organization that fosters inclusive leadership, promotes equity, and creates meaningful opportunities for women to thrive. There is real momentum behind this work. Today, women hold more than 30% of senior leadership roles globally, the highest level ever recorded. Progress is not finished, but there is undeniably movement forward. And organizations with gender-diverse executive teams consistently outperform their peers financially. The message is clear. When women lead, organizations grow stronger, innovate more, and are more resilient. As we look ahead to today's event, we are reminded that leadership is not defined by titles, but by action. The individuals and organizations we honor today lead with courage, generosity, and purpose, and in doing so, lift others along the way. While this morning is a celebration, it is also an investment in the future. The funds raised from today's event support leadership scholarships and programs for students at Harford Community College, tomorrow's leaders, innovators, and change makers. The impact of your support extends far beyond this room and far beyond today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for championing women in leadership, and thank you for helping us build a stronger future together. It is now my pleasure to welcome Eric Reppert, Chair of the Harford Community College Foundation, to the stage.
All right. Wow. Well, ordinarily someone in this role would say good morning to everyone, but I prefer to call this time of the day pre-coffee. So happy pre-coffee to everyone. I think most of you know how I feel about this. Let me start with a confession. You see, a few years ago, my professional status moved to semi-retired, and this past year or so, it's actually moved closer to 3/4 or 7/8 retired. So as you can imagine, mornings are not my thing so much anymore, but I want to be perfectly clear here. As board chair, I'm deeply committed to this foundation, to this mission, and this community. What I am not committed to is 7:30 in the morning. You see, when they first scheduled this event, I thought 7:30 was a typo. Okay, I assumed somebody meant 7:30 p.m. You know, a perfectly more reasonable time where I'm fully conscious and aware and at least marginally charming. But here we are. I was told that this is a breakfast event because leaders start their day early. Now, I want to be perfectly clear. I fully support leaders starting their day early. I just prefer to support them after 10 a.m. And yet, when you're honoring women who lead companies, mentor the next generation, serve on boards, run households, strengthen our community, and somehow still answer emails before sunrise, 7:30 a.m. actually feels quite appropriate. Many of our honorees have already completed and accomplished more this morning than I will before the end of the day, I guarantee it. So So while I may not personally believe in mornings, I absolutely believe in this morning. Because we're here to celebrate extraordinary women whose leadership doesn't operate on a convenient schedule. They show up early, they stay late, they get stuff done, and they lift others along the way. And if they can do all that, well, the least I can do is show up by 8 a.m. with a smile on my face and a cup of coffee in my hand. So, I'm Eric Rebert, and it is my absolute honor and privilege to represent the Harford Community College Foundation Board of Directors. Our board is made up of 33 incredibly dedicated community leaders, volunteers, all committed to advancing the mission, vision, and values of Harford Community College. At its core, the Harford Community College Foundation stands for opportunity. Opportunity to learn, to grow, and to build brighter futures. We work to foster relationships and pursue resources that fuel educational journeys, empower exceptional teaching, and open doors to higher education for all. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the incredible individuals, my fellow board members, who helped make this possible. Your dedication to the foundation and your support of the ATHENA Awards are truly invaluable. Would all of the Harford Community College Foundation board members present today please stand? I know you're out there. There you are. My personal thanks to all of you. We're also honored to have several distinguished community leaders with us this morning. As I call your names, please rise to be acknowledged, and I kindly ask everyone to hold their applause until all have been recognized. Did you hear that? Hold your applause, or I will call you out. My very favorite person in all of the county, Harford Community College President, Dr. Teresa Felder. What did I just say? Come on. Right out of the gate. It was. Harford Community College trustee David Jimenez. Harford Community College trustee Alyssa Halloran. Harford Community College trustee Maud Krevker, and Maud's also the liaison for the foundation board. Comptroller of the State of Maryland, Brooke Learman. Representing Harford County Executive Bob Castley, Director of HR Tiffany Stevens. Oh, Tiffany, there she is. Harford County Council President Pat Vincente. Harford County Council Member Nolanda Robert. Harford County Council Member Allison Imhoff. Harford County Council Member Tony Giordano. Havre de Grace Council Member Vicki Jones. Saw Vicki, there she is. Heather Kutcher, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment for Harford County Public Schools. Harford County Public Schools Boards of Education Member Dr. Carol Miller. Back there. Harford County Public Schools Board of Education Member Carol Bruce. Harford County Public Schools Board of Education Member Liliana Norkaitis. Our keynote speaker today, the Executive Director of the Dr. Nancy Grasmick Leadership Institute, Erin Moran. And finally, we have several past Athena Leadership Award recipients with us here today. If you would please stand when I call your name. Vicki Bands, Kristen Vance, Cheryl Davis Cole, Sarah Garbarino, Mary Anderson Ray, Sarah Klein, Stacy Rebert, Paige Boyle, Robin Tomechko, Tamara Rush, Andre Mountain, Jane Howe, and Janie Klein. And Claudine Adams. We always miss one. Oh, Sharon Jacobs. Anyone else? Lisa Fulner. Let's have a big round of applause. Yes, now you can applaud. Thank you all for being with us here today, and it's now my great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, the 34th Comptroller of the state of Maryland, and the first woman independently elected to one of the state's constitutional offices. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage Brooke Learman.
Thanks so much. That was great. Thank you. Well, good morning. Wow, what an incredible crowd and what an amazing place it is to be. I am delighted to have joined you at 7:30 a.m. And you're right, Eric, I have been up for several hours already because women have got to get stuff done and we need every hour we can get. So good morning, friends. It's such a great day and such a pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Casey. Thank you to the Harford Community College Foundation. This is an incredible event, and it's not something that you have to do, right? It's not in your general job description, but it's really important that you do this. And I love seeing some of our young people here to support their family members and to understand and see what leadership looks like. A little bit about me. As Eric said, I am honored to serve as the 34th Comptroller of the state of Maryland and the first woman to hold this office. Thank you. You know, I don't say that, sort of toot my own horn. I say that because I think it's important to remind ourselves that there are still barriers to break, but that when we work together, we can break them, and we do repeatedly. And I always say that being first matters also only if I'm not the last, right? And looking around this room today, I certainly know I am not. Maybe we have a future comptroller out there. Let me know. So a little bit about me. I'm a mother of 2 school-aged children. Thank you to our Board of Ed. I'm a Maryland public school grad and a Maryland public school mom. I was also a federal litigator, civil rights and disability lawyer by training, and I'm a former state delegate. I represented part of Baltimore City for many years in the General Assembly. As your comptroller, as our comptroller now, our state comptroller, I'm like the elected CFO of the state of Maryland. And I work every day to help build a Maryland that's more equitable, that's more resilient, and that's more prosperous, so that every Marylander, every single one, can reach their full potential. And I do this in partnership with people, partnership with folks like your local government partners who are here. It's great to see them. I do it in partnership with our educators and our business leaders and our entrepreneurs and so many community members. And I'm really honored and humbled to be able to do this. And before I move on, I also have to share some news with you because it's new. I'm really proud that under my leadership, we have just opened the first ever, I believe, comptroller office in Harford County. So yes, you can find us, my friends. You can find us on Emerton Road. And I have to tell you, my team is so, there's something very special about Harford County. My team is so happy there right now. They've called me, they've emailed me. Apparently the very first day we are open, a community member came by with cupcakes for the staff. Dunkin' Donuts has sent over donuts, and we had to be like, no, we're not allowed to accept gifts, like, you know, ethics. But it has really been a warm welcome and just really affirms the decision that we made to move to Harford County, so thank you. You know, I want to talk just a few minutes today, but I want to start with the good news because there is a lot of it. In Maryland, women make up nearly half of our entire workforce and own 44% of the businesses in this state. Yes, we can give a round of applause for that. That is fantastic. And we've come a long ways from where we were before COVID. That number has increased steadily. Nationally, women-owned businesses contribute over $1.8 trillion to our GDP every year. Study after study confirms what we all know, what Casey said, which is true, which is that when women lead, organizations are more innovative, they hold more patents, they are more collaborative, and they are more productive. When women lead, our economy benefits, full stop. But let's also be honest about what remains. Despite that enormous contribution, women still earn 84 cents for every dollar men earn. And for women of color, that gap is even wider. We still navigate workplaces shaped around someone else's idea of what a leader looks like. We still have to prove ourselves in rooms that weren't built with us in mind. That gap, those challenges, they're not footnotes. I think they represent unfinished business. Closing those gaps requires exactly what this event represents: speaking up, lifting each other up, and honoring the women who are already leading the way. Since 1982, the ATHENA Leadership Award program has recognized more than 7,000 women across 500 communities in countries around the world. And what sets ATHENA apart, I've been to many ATHENA events, and I'm always so amazed and impressed, is that it's not just about celebrating achievement, it's really about celebrating leaders who open doors for others. Leaders who don't just climb, but who also pull people up with them. Here in Harford County, the Harford Community College Foundation has made this mission very local and very real, and I so appreciate that. Year after year, this foundation brings together our community to say, we see you, we honor you, and we're investing in the next generation of women leaders, literally, through the ATHENA Leadership Scholarships that support HCC students right here on this campus. And I'm so delighted that we'll get to hear from one of those students today. Very, very, very cool. This is really what community looks like, and it's what community progress looks like. It's what investment in women looks like, and I'm so grateful to be here with you. I also wanted to share something personal because I think we do have some young leaders in the room and some young people, and I think it speaks to the spirit of what ATHENA honors. My leadership journey. When I was in college, my whole plan was to join the Peace Corps. It really was all I had ever planned to do in high school and grade school. It's what I thought about. So I applied, and I was fortunate to be accepted. I was waiting, I had my leave date, I was journeying over to Africa, I knew when I was going, but I needed to fill the time with something, so I waitressed. I now, to this day, will always give an interview to a waitress or a waiter, because let me tell you, that is real work and real multitasking. So while I was killing time, I waitressed to save money. Then my body had other ideas. I developed very severe arthritis in my legs and my ankles and my feet. I had to stop working. My medical clearance to join the Peace Corps was revoked, and my dream evaporated overnight. At the time, it really felt like failure. It felt like the end of a path that I'd worked very hard for many years to journey on. But looking back, I know now it was a detour, not a dead end. That detour led me to AmeriCorps. It led me to community organizing, to political campaigns, to law school, and to the Maryland House of Delegates, and eventually to a job I didn't even know existed when I was interested in joining the Peace Corps, the Comptroller of Maryland. I share this not because my story is so unique or so special, but actually because I think perhaps it might resonate with people, including women leaders. I suspect that many of the extraordinary women in this room, our finalists, our honorees, and our guests, know something about detours, about plans that may have changed, about moments that feel like failure, but turn out actually to be foundational. That is the ATHENA spirit. Not a straight line to the top, but the courage and the resiliency and the generosity to keep going and to bring others along. So, to this year's ATHENA finalists and honorees, you are living proof of why this program matters. You have not only achieved at the highest levels in your professions and our community, you've actively made space for other women to achieve alongside you. That is the hardest kind of leadership, and it is the most important kind of leadership. My core value, one that I bring to this agency and that I hope to bring around the state, is that I believe at a fundamental level, we all do better when we all do better. But there's a strong corollary to that. We all do better when women do better. And when women have equal footing, equal pay, and equal opportunity, our families, our businesses, our communities, and our state are stronger for it. So, Let's celebrate this morning. Let's celebrate the women being honored here. Let's celebrate the Harford Community College Foundation for making this possible. And let's leave here more committed than ever to the work of making Maryland and this world a place where every woman has the opportunity to lead. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do, and congratulations. Let's go. Thanks.
Good morning, and Comptroller, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you sharing our space with us this morning with that inspirational message. My name is Monica Worrell. I'm the Business Banking Loan Officer with APG Federal Credit Union, and as a past multi-year Athena finalist and a proud member of Harford Community College Foundation Board, it's truly an honor to serve as the liaison to the Foundation Board. It's also my privilege to MC a portion of this morning's celebration where we recognize and uplift the extraordinary women and women-led organizations whose leadership, service, and achievements inspire our entire community. The Athena Leadership Award, a recognition from Athena International, honors women leaders and their mentors, offering powerful programs designed to inspire growth, excellence, and meaningful impact. Today, we will introduce you to extraordinary finalists for our 3 Athena Award categories who demonstrate the 8 principles of enlightened leadership that comprise the cornerstone of Athena International. These women live authentically, learn constantly, build relationships, foster collaboration, give back, celebrate moments, act courageously, and advocate fiercely. These remarkable individuals are the finalists for the Athena Organizational Leadership Award, the Athena Young Professional Award, and the Athena Leadership Award. Now, before I begin to introduce each of them, I have a personal goal with Eric to see how many times we can go off script to just kind of throw the staff into a challenge. Casey just took a deep breath. This was our comedy moment. I could see him do it. All I see is lights, but I could see Casey take a deep breath. Before we introduce the finalists for this day, I'd like any woman that is in the room that has been designated a finalist in past years to please stand for a moment. If you have been a nominee and a finalist in the past, please stand. I know you're out there because I didn't get a chance to say hello to all of you this morning. Thank you. I do this because I say to this group of finalists, you are all amazing individuals who are deserving of recognition. So, please join me in a warm welcome as I begin to introduce them. Finalists, please stand when I call your name. For the Athena Organizational Leadership Award, the finalists are APG Federal Credit Union, represented by Becky Smith. The ARC Northern Chesapeake Region, represented by Sean Cross. Choose Hope Women's Center, represented by Stephanie Atha. Women's Giving Circle, represented by Donna Kreis. Now, for the Athena Young Professional Leadership Awards, our finalists are Allison Imhoff, Harford County Council Member and Arrow Child Family Ministries. Lauren Beward, Director of Business Development, Bravera Information Technology Systems. Megan Ewing, Founder, Think Big, Act Bold, Share the Vision. And Trinae Watson, CEO of TLW Consulting, who unfortunately was called into court this morning. I say that as she is an attorney, not called into court. And she is represented by her mom today. So if her mom would stand. Last but not least, the finalists for the Athena Leadership Awards are Angela Rose, President and CEO, Harford County Chamber of Commerce. Linda Alok, Founder and Executive Director, Hope Works Global. Sandra Osborne, Senior Vice President, Operations Officer, Harford Bank. Tracy Marie Batman, Chief Operating Officer, Veritech. Vicki Jones, Council Member, City of Havre de Grace, President of the Harford NAACP, and Manager at Harford County Public Schools. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You are amazing and already winners. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Teresa Felder, President of Harford Community College. Dr. Felder became the 10th president of Harford Community College in 2021 and has since led the institution with a clear focus on expanding access to education, supporting student achievement, and deepening partnership across Harford County. Her leadership has earned significant recognition to include the Baltimore Sun's 25 Women to Watch, I-95's Business Women of Influence in Higher Education, and the 2023 Paragon Award for New Presidents for Pi Theta Kappa. And she was honored as one of Maryland's top 100 women by the Daily Record. Guided by a belief in the practiced that word 3 times last night. Transformative power of education, Dr. Felder works to ensure that Harford Community College strengthens families, uplifts individuals, and contributes to community well-being. She remains committed to advancing student-centered practices and fostering innovation in academic and career pathways so that Harford Community College continues to drive economic mobility and workforce development in the region. Welcome to the stage, my friend, Dr. Felder.
Good morning. It's great to see all of you, and welcome to our campus. This is the first time I believe we've had this event on our campus. Do you like it? Are you enjoying it? Wonderful, wonderful. We love having you here. This is one of my favorite events of the year. And some of you that know me know that I say that at every event I go to, but this really is a very, very special event. Congratulations to all of our finalists. This is an incredible group of women. Every year, I get to meet and be around an incredible group of women. And so congratulations, they're all winners. And I hope you know that, I mean that, they're all winners today. This is the month of Women's History Month. And so we've talked a lot about women today. But I always like, before I give my comments, I like to stop and pause and have you all think about women in your life, women in the history that have helped get you to where you are today, and honor those women. And they are not always just famous women that are known by name, but some of them will never be recognized for the work that they've done and the people that they are and the women, strong women they are. So I always stop during this month and I think about my grandmothers, my fierce grandma on my mother's side, who was a tiny little woman, but no one bothered to mess with her. No one messed with her family members either. On my paternal side, my grandmother that raised 18 children, and they were all honorable. Most of my uncles served in the military. I think about the mentors that encouraged me when I never thought, I didn't know very many people that had gone to college. I had a counselor that said, "You're smart, you should go to college." During my professional career, I had a president that said, you know, you could be, when I finally decided to be in higher ed, a president that said, you could be a president. I just had to go back and get a couple more degrees to do it. But those were women that made me who I am today. And so I hope that all of you stop and think about, during this month, Women's History Month, who are the women that have made a difference in your life? And right now, I want you to take a moment. There's some beautiful women in this room. I want you at your tables to compliment a woman that's there and tell that woman how great she is. Do it right now. Take some time. Take some time to do it. Very good. I may have lost this group forever now. All right, there's still more we have to do today, but guys, I hope you really shared with the women at your table. Again, if I could have had some walk-up music, it would have been a Beyonce song. Who runs the world? Girls. All right. So let me get to the script, Casey. The ATHENA program holds special significance in our community because it honors those who lead with integrity, compassion, and purpose. Today, we recognize women in organizations who demonstrate excellence in their professions while uplifting others along the way. Our honorees are mentors and role models. Because of their leadership, doors have opened, confidence has grown, and opportunities have expanded for other women. They have made meaningful contributions to our community and actively champion the advancement of women in leadership. They embody resilience, strength, generosity, and ethical leadership. They lead by achievement and example. Harford Community College is proud to champion education as a pathway to leadership and opportunity, ensuring the next generation has the tools to thrive. So again, thank you so much for being here and celebrating these awesome women today. Now I have the privilege to introduce our student speaker. Today we have the pleasure of hearing from Natalie Sinclair. She's the president of the Honor Student Council here at Harford Community College. Natalie is a sophomore majoring in communication studies. She's a senator in the Student Government Association, secretary of the Paralegal Student Association, and a member of the Al Institute for Leadership. She has received the Harford Community College Honor Scholarship and the Alfred C. O'Connell Honor Scholarship. Natalie is currently an intern at Harford County State's Attorney's Office. Her postgraduate goals are to attend law school. And you can see that we have some phenomenal, phenomenal students. There's nothing I enjoy more than showing off one of our students. So Natalie, come on up here. Welcome her to share her story.
Hello, everyone. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Halleck, Ms. Singer, Dr. Felder, and Harford Community College for inviting me to speak to you all this morning. As you already know, my name is Natalie Sinclair, and I'm a sophomore at Harford Community College majoring in communication studies. During my senior year of high school, I was dual enrolled at Harford Community College, which allowed me the opportunity to graduate a year early. I'm currently president of the Honors Student Council, which is the executive board within the honors program, a member of Pi Theta Kappa Honor Society, senator of the Student Government Association, secretary of the Paralegal Student Association, and a member of the OWL Institute for Leadership, which is Harford Community College's service and volunteering organization. When I was asked to speak today about leadership, I thought about speaking of all the things that I am doing now. Although I am currently a part of all of these organizations, my leadership journey began years ago. I started volunteering at a young age through Girl Scouts, where my desire for service developed. After Girl Scouts, I learned Taekwondo. I used to teach martial arts in a neighborhood that looked very different than mine. I went there thinking that I was the teacher and I was there to hand down life skills to the students. But the truth is, I was the one being taught by them. My students would share stories that represented their struggles. This included uncertainty, neighborhood violence, and a lack of support. They taught me that a community isn't just where you live, it is looking out and showing up for the people around you. While participating in Taekwondo, I earned my second-degree black belt, 14 state titles, 5 district titles, and I was ranked #1 in the world for girls ages 15 to 17. Thank you. Thank you. I thought that my students looked up to me because of the medals hanging around my neck from each tournament, but in actuality, they saw me as a role model and a support system. Being a leader and seeing the influences I had on them only deepened my passion to serve as a role model to others. Since attending Harford Community College, my past leadership experiences have continued to strengthen my determination to lead and serve others, but this time to also advocate for those in need. As a result, I recently founded and launched a clothing drive in partnership with SARC, the Sexual Assault and Spouse Abuse Resource Center, which provides support to victims whose lives have been affected by crime. The clothing drive collected over 6 shopping carts full of clothing and hygiene products for victims of domestic and/or sexual violence and stalking. Due to my leadership, the clothing drive has now become an established annual event within the honors program. Beyond this event, I also have developed service projects for honor students. This includes blanket making for Luna's House for Animals in Need, as well as making cards and treat bags for those at Upper Chesapeake Infusion Center, which will be given to those receiving chemotherapy treatments. In addition, I continue to work with those of diverse backgrounds through leading and collaborating in student organizations that bring ideas to life. Now, as an intern at the Harford County State's Attorney's Office, I have earned the opportunity to continue advocating for those within my community. I actively assist numerous state's attorneys within the circuit court system where I see those affected by crimes. This internship confirmed my ultimate goal of attending law school and pursuing my dream of becoming a prosecutor. After graduating from Harford Community College in May, I plan to attend the University of Maryland to finish my bachelor's degree and further attend the University of Maryland Francis King Carey School of Law. By doing so, I will become a prosecutor who will serve and lead my community through advocacy for victims and their families while upholding justice. Ultimately, let us remember that we are here today because being a leader does not just change lives. It helps us find our purpose. Thank you.
Well, if anybody is keeping track, Natalie is the only one who has stuck to the script. So I figured if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. So I just wanted to personally, again, congratulate all of our finalists and all of our past recipients. Thank you for joining us as well. I grew up in a household full of men. I have 2 older brothers, all male cousins, and I am now a proud girl dad of 2 young girls. And so my life is wildly different than what I ever expected. My girls are very fortunate to have a strong role model in their mother, role models in their grandmothers, but after being a part of this event for several years, I think my family feels very blessed to be a part of a community with so many strong women role models here locally in Harford County. So again, congratulations and thank you for being with us. Natalie, thank you very much for staying on script, and thank you very much for sharing your story and your experiences here at Harford. Your impressive accomplishments and your vision for your future truly reflect what Harford Community College is all about: opportunity, growth, and pursuit of purpose. We are so proud of all you've achieved and excited for what lies ahead. Stories like Natalie's are possible because of the partnerships the college is fortunate to have within the community. This is evident by everyone's attendance this morning and all of the generous sponsors who participated in this year's event. Each of our sponsors are listed in the program, but I would especially like to thank our presenting sponsor, PK Law, for their commitment in support of student scholarships and celebration of women leaders. Thank you. We are also grateful for our ATHENA Young Professional Leadership Award sponsor, the Daily Record, the ATHENA Organizational Leadership Award sponsor, M&T Bank, and the ATHENA finalist and platinum sponsor, APG Federal Credit Union. Additionally, I'd like to publicly thank our platinum sponsors, Beacon Staffing Alternatives, Bravera Information Technology Systems, Freedom Federal Credit Union, Harford Community College, Harford County Public Library, Harford Bank, Rodeer Family Law, the Baltimore Area Council Scouting America, and the University of Maryland Upper Chesapeake Health. From our sponsors to our board, to all of you in attendance, thank you for your support of the students of Harford Community College. I now have the honor and pleasure of introducing today's keynote speaker, Erin Moran. Erin is the inaugural executive director of the Dr. Nancy Grasmick Leadership Institute, where she champions ethical, results-driven leadership that transforms individuals and organizations. With over 25 years of experience, she has dedicated her career to creating inspiring work environments where people thrive and achieve extraordinary results. Erin believes that when workplaces are healthy, society benefits as a whole. Her leadership has earned widespread recognition, including top 50 women innovators in the restaurant industry and the Maryland Daily Record Top 100 Women in 2025. I warmly welcome Erin Moran to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to share with you all just a few remarks this morning as we honor, celebrate, and recognize the extraordinary accomplishments of the ATHENA Award finalists this morning. And here it is. I wanted to start off by sharing with you that on Saturday, March 8th, we will be celebrating the 115th anniversary of International Women's Day. And contrary to what my children would believe, I was not actually alive for that. But as a history buff, and looking back, there has been so much extraordinary progress that has been made to advance the rights of women, to advance women in general, and to advance women in leadership positions. Our work is not yet done. McKinsey & Company publishes on an annual basis the State of the Women Report. And as you can see from this graph, when we enter the workforce, there is approximate gender parity. And with each subsequent promotion in the workplace, the percentage of women decline, and the percentage of men inclines. What we see at the executive level, the C-suite positions, Women only represent 29% of those positions. Women of color only represent 7%. We have our work ahead of us. That same organization, McKinsey & Company, also conducted a study that indicated that if we were able to achieve gender parity across all levels of an organization, across all sectors, and across all industries worldwide, we could add an additional $28 trillion to our global economy. And just to put that number into context, that is the equivalent of the gross domestic product of China plus the gross domestic product of the United States combined. That is not an insignificant amount of money. What was also fascinating about this study is that McKinsey said that if we put intentionality behind advancing more women in leadership, it would be possible to achieve gender parity in 10 years. What's fascinating, that study was conducted in 2015. 2025 has come and gone, and yet we still only represent 29% of the positions in the C-suite. We have our work ahead of us. Let's not let 2036 pass and still have those numbers. Now, what is holding us back? Obviously, there are structural and infrastructure issues that are preventing women from advancing, particularly in underrepresented and underserved communities. But let's also talk about some of the societal and psychological challenges that women face. Women strive for perfection or bust. And as human beings, we are designed to be perfectly imperfect. Perfection is not attainable. Women also tend to beat ourselves up for making mistakes because we hold ourselves to that level of perfection. Women also tend to conflate advocating for ourselves with demonstrating arrogance. And yes, those things can happen in the same conversation, but it doesn't have to. We can advocate for ourselves thoughtfully and respectfully and not demonstrate arrogance. Women also tend to allow a lot of negative self-talk. We say things to ourselves in our heads that we would never, ever utter to another human being. So, how do we break free from this system? Well, I believe that it is about demonstrating consistently the 8 principles of enlightened leadership that we are here to honor and celebrate, to live authentically and to learn constantly, to build relationships and foster collaboration, to act courageously and advocate fiercely, and to give back and to celebrate. Now, aspirationally, we all want to be activating, living, embodying these 8 principles every single day. But how? How can we go about doing that? I believe it is by surrounding ourselves with an incredibly strong and supportive community. Surrounding ourselves with people who will have hands on our backs. If anyone has ever put their hand on your back, you know that feeling of support. You know that feeling of connection. You know that if you stumble just a little bit, they've got their hands on your back. Surrounding ourselves with people who have hands on our backs. Surrounding ourselves with people who will hold up an accurate mirror. Not the kind of mirrors that we see in the fun houses where you look really, really short or really, really tall or really, really wide. An accurate mirror of someone that will point out where we are excelling, where we are doing incredibly great things, and where are our blind spots, and how can we continue to improve and grow. Surrounding ourselves with people who will hold up the accurate mirror. And if we are acting courageously, one of those 8 principles of enlightened leadership, we will fall. We will potentially even faceplant. How do we surround ourselves with people who will lean over and lend a hand? We will stumble, we will fall. How do we surround ourselves with people who will lean over and lend a hand? And finally, how do we surround ourselves with people who will shine the big, the bold, and the beautiful spotlight on us and advocate for us in rooms where we are not present yet? Surrounding ourselves with people who will advocate for us in rooms where we are not present yet. We've all heard of what's called the vicious circle or the vicious cycle. I encourage us to propel a virtuous cycle. When we surround ourselves with people who have hands on our backs, who are holding up the accurate mirror, who are leaning over and lending a hand to pull us back up, and who are advocating for us in rooms where we are not present yet, pay it forward and let's create a virtuous cycle of enlightened leadership. My hypothesis, and dare I say my hope, and hopefully not later than 2036, my hope is that we can and we will make positive and sustainable progress if each and every single one of us activates and embodies the 8 principles of enlightened leadership, and we surround ourselves with that strong and supportive community who will walk along with us on that journey. Thank you all so very much.
I have to get to the right page in the script, but it's easy to come up here and say thank you for those amazing words. Eric mentioned earlier that none of us like to get up early in the morning, but messages like this are the reason that drive us when we do come out early. So another round of applause for Aaron. Thank you. Now, it's my pleasure to bring us to the award recognition portion. However, before I do, we're going to share a little bit more about how we arrived at this morning's finalists and recipients, the secret sauce, if you would. The Harford Community College Foundation welcomes the nomination of any individual or organization who meets the criteria of the award. A selection committee made up of representatives from the community and Harford Community College Foundation Board is identified to review the applications. Applications are scored using a numerical rating scale provided by ATHENA International. Final compiled scores determine our finalists and recipients. I can assure you, it is not an easy task reviewing these applications, as all of our nominees show excellence in the 3 criteria of assisting women in leadership, professional accomplishments, and community service. Our selection committee does a wonderful job each year, and we thank them for volunteering in the process. If I can just give them a round of applause. The process, guided by the ATHENA International 8 Principles of Enlightened Leadership, this year, we have chosen to emphasize the principle of giving back, sharing time, knowledge, and resources to empower others and the community. Before each award category, we're going to show a short video of the finalists themselves responding to the following question. How have you used your leadership to empower and advance other women, and what lasting impact do you want it to have on our organization or community.
I try and lead in a way that makes it easy for other women to see themselves as leaders, not someday down the road, but now. And I'm here representing many female executives at APG Federal Credit Union who lead with intention. They advocate for other women when they're not in the room. They create opportunities for visibility, and they share their vulnerabilities. Because I believe that women who feel supported and empowered to really lead in their authentic self makes the whole organization stronger. And my hope for impact collectively is to create a culture where the next generation of females don't feel like they need to ask permission to lead, that it feels accessible. And if there's not a seat at the table for them, they don't wait to be included, they bring their own chairs.
Educating, equipping, and empowering women is at the heart of everything we do at Choose Hope Women's Center. At Choose Hope, we champion the leadership potential of both our clients and our team, recognizing that women lead in unique and powerful ways, ways that only women can. Staff and volunteers are intentionally mentored in communication, advocacy, crisis support, and professional responsibility. Over time, many serving for 10 to 20 years, they grow in confidence and step into significant leadership roles within the center and in the broader community. For clients, Choose Hope is a place of refuge, strength, and growth. Their journey begins by building a trusted relationship with the client advocate and continues as they act courageously in a time of crisis while learning to make informed, life-affirming decisions in all aspects of their life. Walking with them for 3 years, our clients gain confidence, stability, and a deeper understanding of their own strengths. At Choose Hope, we witness women move from crisis to celebration, from instability to a solid foundation, and from a lack of confidence to a leader. Choose Hope Women's Center is a transformational organization, and that transformation begins the moment a woman walks through our doors. We affirm that she is strong, capable, and not alone. We help her reach her full potential as a woman, a mother, and a leader. Choose Hope exists because we believe in the power of women supporting women, whether in the boardroom, the classroom, or the ultrasound room. When women show up for one another with compassion, authenticity, and courage, lives are changed. We are not simply an organization. We are cultivators of growth, nurturing seeds of hope and possibility in our community.
In a field where caregiving roles are often filled by women, but leadership roles are not always equitably accessible, I've made it a priority to change that dynamic. At the ARC Northern Chesapeake region, empowering women isn't a program or an initiative. It's part of our culture and our leadership DNA. I believe that when women are supported, trusted, and developed as leaders, organizations are stronger and communities are better served. Early in my own leadership journey, I benefited from women who saw potential in me before I fully saw it in myself. And I try to lead in a way that pays that forward every day. Throughout my time as president and CEO, I've been intentional about encouraging women to pursue leadership development, serve on boards, and step into opportunities that build both confidence and visibility. We don't wait for women to self-nominate. We identify potential, invest early, and create pathways for growth. This past year alone, 12 of our 15 internal promotions were earned by women, and today women hold 40 of our 47 supervisory and leadership positions. That didn't happen by accident. It reflects a deliberate commitment to developing women at every level of the organization. I'm especially proud that women led the launch of Monarch, our new mental health practice. This was a major innovation for our region and a powerful example of what happens when women are trusted to design, build, and lead transformative work from the ground up. My goal is to create a workplace where women see leadership as attainable, sustainable, and deeply valued, where their contributions are recognized as essential, where they feel supported in balancing personal and professional responsibilities, and where they see themselves reflected in leadership and know they belong there. The lasting impact I hope for extends far beyond our organization. When women at the ARC NCR rise, they strengthen families, neighborhoods, and the broader disability community. Their leadership creates a ripple effect that advances inclusion, opportunity, and dignity for the people we serve.
So as the chair of the Women's Giving Circle of Harford County over the last 5 years, I've been really blessed to serve with several impactful women leaders. Because of that, I embrace a collective leadership model. I really recognize that some of the best ideas come from our committees as well as our committee chairs. And my role in all of that is to make sure that those ideas come to fruition. I'll give you 2 examples. One is we've made our membership more accessible through a tiered membership model. So our early and career members can join at a reduced rate and jumpstart their engagement with us and actually develop into our next generation of leaders. And on the other side of the spectrum, our more seasoned members can also stay on at a reduced rate, and we retain them as they also mentor our members, our younger members as well. And so the second example that I have is we've also been very intentional about connecting grantees with our members. So during our prospective member events, we've made sure that we have grantees there to speak about the impact of our membership dollars. And so it's really important, also to draw that connection. Additionally, we have engaged our members with volunteering with those organizations as well. So drawing that in connection is really important. So both of these changes have made a lasting impact on our community. And the numbers really speak for themselves. We've increased our membership by over 65%, our grant pool by over 40% over the last 5 years. And so kind of taking this full circle, if we think about our membership, our dollars fuel grants that go towards nonprofits serving women and children in Harford County. And those dollars give the individuals the support that they need to rise up and to develop into our next generation of leaders.
Now, please welcome to the stage Andy Guckert of M&T Bank and Dr. Kristen Vance of Homeward Bound Veterinarian Services, who was the 2025 recipient of the ATHENA Organizational Leadership Award.
Good morning. The ATHENA Organizational Leadership Award recognizes businesses and organizations that ignite, amplify, and celebrate leaders that are women. This award highlights organizations that are creating a culture of inclusive leadership and implementing processes that create opportunities for women's professional advancement and growth. Recipients demonstrate the 8 principles of enlightened leadership in their professional environment and create an organizational culture that encourages women to achieve their full leadership potential. Recipients also give back to the larger community of women and girls by providing and/or supporting leadership development opportunities and initiatives. This year's award goes to an organization that plays an active leadership role through the support and services it provides the community. An organization that believes that every person deserves the opportunity to build a life filled with the same everyday experiences and opportunities we all have. An organization that helps students learn and grow alongside their peers in neighborhood schools and supports adults in finding meaningful work and living independently in homes of their own. An organization that creates pathways for individuals to enjoy the same social and recreational opportunities that strengthen and connect our communities and turn inclusion into action every single day. Please join me in congratulating the ARC Northern Chesapeake region as the 2026 ATHENA Leadership Organization recipient.
Wow. I'm glad Sarah told me to make sure I wrote something down. Thank you. I am deeply honored and truly grateful to be here this morning, to be recognized among the many extraordinary organizations and women is both humbling and energizing. I want to thank Harford Community College for hosting this meaningful event year after year, investing in students through scholarships. Where did Natalie go? Where is Natalie? There you are, Natalie, right in front of me. I feel very lazy. I felt like I wasted my teen years. I'm very impressed, and good luck with law school. When we invest in education, we invest in possibility, in leaders that we may not yet know, but who are already on their way, Natalie. I also want to recognize Dr. Teresa Felder. 5 years, Teresa. I admire the way that you lead with confidence, clarity, and vision. You model the kind of leadership that creates opportunity, not just for today's students, but for our entire community. I'm grateful for your friendship and the example that you set. So, thank you. The ATHENA Award recognizes leadership, but as we all know, leadership is not a solo act. I stand here today because of an extraordinary team and an engaged and deeply committed board. Table 9. They show up every day for people who deserve dignity, opportunity, and a full life. Some of you are here today at Table 9, but most people are out in the community or at the home supporting our mission every day, 24/7. This recognition really belongs to them. To those of you who are here today, Sarah Garbarino is one of the ATHENA recipients from 2021, and she didn't get the privilege of standing up here, but was on video. But congratulations, Sarah, to be one of our ATHENA recognitions. So all of our team members, especially those at that table, they challenge me, they strengthen me, and they hold our mission steady. You make courageous decisions that keep us focused on both quality and the people, so thank you. And to our broader community, thank you for believing that inclusion is not optional and that people with disabilities deserve more than access. They deserve opportunity, respect, and a full life. When we raise the standards inside our organization, the impact does not stay there. It strengthens families, it shapes neighborhoods, it advances dignity across our whole community. If this award represents anything, I hope it represents a team and an extraordinary community that refuses to lower the bar for the people we support, for one another, and for the next generation of leaders in Harford County. To my entire team at the ARC Northern Chesapeake region, this is yours. I simply am fortunate enough to stand here at the microphone. Thank you.
Congratulations again to your organization. I will say to you, it was a little daunting coming up on a stage being this high up, but I realized where I was sitting, I had the catbird seat, and I got to watch Sean's face. They were talking about the organizations, and you could see her going, that's all of them. That's all of them. I could watch your face. And then all of a sudden, I saw her realize when it was the ARC that was getting the award, and it was priceless. It was my gift for the morning. So congratulations. Now we will show you the video highlighting the finalists of the ATHENA Young Professional Awards.
We are often trying to navigate a field using a playbook that was never built for us. We're expected to get educated, have a family, have a house, figure out what's for dinner, be confident but not be cocky, watch our tone, and don't invite ourselves to tables that we weren't invited to by people older than us. With that being said, there's often so many women who are feeling like they're stuck. They feel like they're in a limbo. And I've had the privilege of being able to meet quite a few women who thought that they were in limbo, but really I was able to help them find their calling in either clinical social work or community advocacy. These women are now working really incredible jobs for state's attorney's offices or victim services, school social work, veterans affairs. They're doing these incredible jobs that they're never going to get credit for, but they're acting like a parachute to the community and making sure that people can land safely and navigate chapters that they otherwise wouldn't be able to. And they allowed me to be their cheerleader and help them along the journey.
Well, I think it's really true of all Athena finalists that what sets us apart is not one specific moment of using our leadership to empower other women. It's how we live our lives. It's understanding that empowerment and advocacy aren't just a one and done thing. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it's really that ability to walk the walk. I saw this when I met the other finalists at our reception in January. It was a room full of incredible women with amazing achievements, most of us not even realizing the extent of the impact we've had on the community. But how humble everybody was and how we cheered and applauded each other, that's empowerment. There's this old outdated thought that women are catty or cutthroat to fight for advancement, but a true leader uses her platform to build others up. She doesn't point out their flaws. She helps them straighten their crown. It's that ability to live authentically and be genuine in that encouragement, that bond of sisterhood, inviting others to step forward with you instead of closing the door in their face. And even if it's just one young woman that you bring with you to a seat at the table, think about what a lasting impact that would be if we all do it together. That's a legacy of empowerment.
Leadership used to feel like proving I belonged in the room. Now I understand real leadership is making sure other women know they belong. I've used my leadership to empower and advance women by building spaces where women don't have to do life or business alone. Through Think Big, Act Bold, I coach women entrepreneurs to turn ideas into real plans, clarifying their goals, building sustainable offers, and putting systems in place that protect their time and their peace. Because when a woman is supported, she doesn't just grow a business, she grows her confidence, her voice, and what she believes she deserves. But I don't want empowerment to start when a woman is already exhausted and trying to recover. I wanted to start earlier, before the world tells her to shrink. That's why I created Share the Vision. I work directly with youth, especially young girls and young women, teaching them how to set goals, build a vision with intention, and see themselves as leaders now, not someday. I've watched young women go from, I don't know what I want, to saying out loud, I'm going to be the first, I'm going to do more, and I'm going to take up space. The lasting impact that I want is a ripple effect across generations. Women who keep taking up space, hold the door open for other women, and girls who grow up surrounded by examples of bold, healthy leadership. I want young girls to grow up hearing, your voice matters, your dream matters. You don't have to earn your place, you already have one. I want them to see women lead with confidence and compassion and know they never have to shrink to be accepted. I want a community where women don't shrink their dreams to fit in a room, they build the room. Where success isn't guarded, it's shared. And where leadership doesn't end with one woman rising, but with her reaching back and pulling someone else up with her. Because if we can help a young woman see her worth early, we don't just empower her, we change her entire trajectory.
I believe that my legacy is my impact. The impact that I leave on people after I encounter them, that's the legacy that I want for people to remember. For me, I always feel like when you encounter somebody, you should really make them feel warm, exciting, ready to encounter anything in life, motivated. That is what I bring to the community, to my organizations, and to anybody that I encounter. We live in a world where everybody seems to always be going. And so we don't always have time to just pause and be in the moment. And so sometimes it can feel like you're working so hard and you don't realize how far you're getting. So having somebody to just acknowledge you, to just say, hey, you're doing a great job, to make you feel good, even in the moment, is just sometimes overlooked. So for me, it is my goal to always be comforting to people, to always be encouraging, to be motivation, to let people know that no matter what you may be facing today, you can do it.
I would now like to welcome Kay Cron of the Daily Record to the stage for the presentation of the Athena Young Professional Award. Kay will be joined by Paige Boyle, the 2017 Young Professional Leadership recipient. Unfortunately, April Cheatham, the 2025 Young Professional Leadership Award recipient, was not able to be here today, so we appreciate Paige stepping in. Please.
It's lovely to be here. The Daily Record is proud to sponsor the Athena Young Professional Leadership Award. It is of great importance to us to help inspire and recognize the young women who demonstrate excellence and innovation in their leadership. We celebrate all of the inspiring finalists who have truly demonstrated excellence in their personal and professional lives. An Athena Young Professional finalist is an emerging leader who demonstrates excellence, creativity, and innovation in their business or profession, serves as a role model for young women personally and professionally, and is between 22 and 40 years old. This year's recipient consistently seeks opportunities to mentor women in her community, demonstrates exceptional leadership, uplifts and inspires others, serves as a role model in their community, and actively contributes to her expertise to serving on boards. Believes that empowerment comes from using their platform to build others up and create opportunities for those around them to rise. At a young age, serves as a member of an executive leadership team at a growing woman-owned small business. Led a team that secured multi-million-dollar task orders, multi-billion-dollar government-wide acquisition contracts, and several independent awards. Is thrilled and humbled to have been a multi-year finalist for the Athena Award. She has been steadfastly proud to be counted among the many fierce, incredible women that impact our community. Please now join me in congratulating Lauren Beward, Director of Business Development, Bavura Information Technology Systems, as our 2026 Athena Young Professional Leadership Award recipient.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. First of all, I promise I did not chain smoke 4 packs of cigarettes before coming out here today. I'm actually on the up and up right now. And wow, I did not have anything prepared because I know I kept joking that 5th time is a charm. But I never actually thought that I would be the one up here. There are so many incredible women in this room, and every one of my fellow finalists is so deserving to be up here. And every time that they would announce the finalists, and I would learn about the other finalists in the running and think about how incredible these women are, these change makers in our community, and I would get my letter about, congratulations, you're a finalist, I would think, are you sure you got the right woman? Because there's no way I should even be standing next to these other amazing ladies. But I think that that's something that we as women often do. We don't like to celebrate our achievements. We just like to support. We don't do it for the glory, for the awards. We just want to leave the world a better place than what we found. And whether that's because we've been through struggles and challenges and we want to try to remove those for women moving forward, or we realize how blessed we are and we want to share that with others, or we have been fortunate enough to have amazing women to mentor and inspire us, and so we want to give that back to the next generation. I am so very fortunate that today I not only have my fellow finalists and colleagues and dear friends, but I also have two of the women who have helped shape me the most in this room. First, I have my mentor, Ms. Claudine Adams, who was a 2022 ATHENA recipient. She is, yes. She's the CEO of Bravura, where I have worked and advanced my career these past 8 years. And she has been more than just a boss. She has been a mentor and an advocate and a friend. And she has given me so many opportunities to grow and to shine and to learn what I'm made of. And she is the type of woman that I want to emulate in my professional life. So thank you, Claudine, for always being there. And then, of course, my mother, Kimberly B. Ward, who has always been my everything, my world, my best friend. She has been the type of woman that I want to be personally, has taught me everything that I know. She loves to say that I'm her mini-me, that she is the original and I'm just the direct-to-video sequel. I like to remind her that I am the newer, more improved version. But really, I have watched her go to hell and back and fight for her family and rise above and still be fun and funny and beautiful and kind and everything to me and to our family. And I hope you don't mind if I steal a little bit of your thunder today, Mom, because there's somebody else that I would like to recognize in this award. For those of you that know me, you know that my family is everything to me and that I was raised by very strong women. And one of the women that helped raise me was my grandmother. She was always just the matriarch of our family. She was bold and beautiful and badass. And from the time that she was young, she was disabled because of a medical incident and was always told, you're not gonna live a normal life. And she said, watch me. And she did things that women back then weren't supposed to. She went to college when it typically wasn't accepted for women to go to higher education. And she actually finished out her career working for Harford County Public Schools, retiring in the 90s. She actually got a divorce from her first husband, which that was a no-no back then, but thank goodness she did, because then, she met my grandfather, I'm sorry. She raised 4 children as a military spouse when my grandfather was deployed to Korea, to Vietnam, and she knew how to throw back slow gin fizzes and jitterbug like the rest of them. She was always outspoken and stubborn and fiercely loyal and amazing, and my biggest cheerleader alongside my mom. And about 10 years ago, I moved home to Harford County when her health started to decline to help my mother take care of her. We had 3 generations in one house. And I've been a finalist. This is my 5th time. This is the first year that she's not sitting in the audience because she passed away in May of last year, a month shy of her 98th birthday. And so I'd like to dedicate this award to her and say that I hope that I always made her proud and that I continue to make her proud. And to all of my fellow finalists, congratulations. You are all winners. You are all amazing. Thank you, everyone, for this amazing opportunity. I cannot tell you what it means to me. Thank you.
I bet you all were trying to figure out where my eyes were looking on that one. I had to work really hard not to let that happen. Lauren, congratulations. Now, our next video features the finalists for the ATHENA Leadership Award. Welcome Hannah Wardell with PK Law and Vicki Bands, the 2025 ATHENA Leadership Award recipient, to the stage as we watch the videos and prepare for that award presentation.
Leadership for me is about creating pathways, especially when it comes to the empowerment and advancement for women. Throughout my professional and volunteer careers, I have been intentional about using my position to elevate women's voices, open doors to opportunity, and build environments where women are encouraged to lead boldly and authentically. Whether through mentoring emerging professionals, supporting women-owned businesses, or creating platforms for women to be visible and influential in our business community, my focus has always been on empowerment through access, confidence, and connection. The lasting impact I hope to leave is a stronger, more inclusive business community where women are not just participating, but leading at every level. I want women I've supported to go on to mentor others, to build thriving businesses, to serve on boards, and to shape policies and culture in ways that benefit future generations.
So my leadership is shaped by both professional and personal experiences that I've had in life. And I am a woman who has personally been impacted by what I do specifically, which is human trafficking prevention. And I've been impacted by human trafficking because a woman very special to me in my life, who's my sister, was actually a victim. And this drove me now to find the purpose. It strengthened me in finding the purpose and a commitment to ensuring that other women are empowered and they're not vulnerable to the same things that actually caused my sister to end up where she did, which was really not making it out alive as a result of trafficking. So with that in mind, I would say throughout my career, I have intentionally looked for ways to create opportunities to address the barriers that women face when it comes to finding opportunities to work or financial stability, access to education, access to good healthcare, or even their own children being able to have access to any of these things or rights that they have in life. So in using my career or in using my leadership I am trying to make sure that the women that I work with are actually grounded in what they do. It's not just a one-day hit wonder, quote unquote, but it's a constant in their lives, and they're able to pass it to the generations that they have. And I would make reference to something, actually, what I'm wearing today, the beadwork, the nice watch band that I have, or the outfit that I have, has created an opportunity for a woman from Kenya or in Kenya to have financial stability. So that's some of the ways, those are some of the ways, just creating that environment for them to be able to grow and to be stable in their own way, however they find it. Yeah, thank you.
When I think about how I support other women through my leadership, it really comes down to being intentional and showing up for them. I know firsthand how much it matters to feel seen, encouraged, and backed by someone you trust. So I try to be that person whenever I can. A lot of that happens in small, everyday ways, helping someone build confidence in a new role, talking through a tough moment, or giving them that extra nudge to go after an opportunity they're unsure about. In meetings, I make it a point to build on their ideals, make sure their contributions are recognized, and recommend them for projects that highlight what they do best. To me, leadership isn't about titles, it's about lifting people up. There's nothing more rewarding than watching women grow into their abilities and knowing they felt supported along the way. If I've played even a small role in that, it feels meaningful. When I think about the impact I want to leave, it's really about creating an environment where people feel valued, supported, and able to do their best work. I hope people look back and say I helped make things a little clearer, a little easier, and a little more connected. Whether that was through better processes, strong relationships, or just being someone who consistently showed up. Ultimately, I want the work I do to have staying power. If the team feels more confident, more connected, and more empowered because I was part of it, that's the kind of impact that matters most to me.
Creating access is the most critical thing for me. It's not just about telling them that they're capable or telling them good job. I really do my best to send the elevator back down or across. I want to make sure we include a very diverse portfolio in all of our big decision making. If I am part of anything in the community or in Veritech or with our customers where I don't see enough of that, I will pause the meeting. I try to review everything ahead of time to make sure we've really got a collaborative environment. I want to hear from the stay-at-home moms who just came back to work. I want to hear from the executives who may have been overlooked and just put in there to check a box. So I do really try very hard to ensure it's fair across the board with all types. I hope that I'm always seen as the fierce supporter. I like to, that's why I believe Athena just matters so much to me, as my car is named Athena. I've always seen myself as that. I do feel very protective of people and making sure they feel supported and encouraged, and I'll help usher in, so I'll make sure that the networking is very strong. And I've also found that when we're kind and helpful to one another and encouraging one another, it's so funny how much you have to cross that bridge later and find yourself right back in front of that person that 8 years ago you were the one that gave them a shot when nobody else would. So that's probably the coolest experience. I run into that a lot, and I love that. So as far as a legacy, I hope that I'm remembered as very unorthodox in my style, but fiercely protective and advocate for people who really truly care. I want to see them, I want to support that no matter who they are.
The way that I've used my leadership to empower and advance other women is through fostering collaboration. Even though I'm an extrovert, I make it a point to get to know as many people in the room as possible, to find out where there is connection, because connecting is the key to growth, belonging, and collaboration. I've been so proud of the work that I've been doing for the branch and throughout the county. Under my leadership, we've grown tremendously, and that growth has allowed us to have experiences, opportunities, and to be seen in a way we never have. I want people to know that I was fearless and focused, and because of that, the Harford County NAACP is seen, heard, and felt in the community. I've also worked really hard to make sure that as a city council member and in my role at HCPS, that I have also guided people in the direction to become leaders and to experience things that they may not have experienced before.
As you can see, that is an amazing group of finalists we're celebrating here today. Now, if I could offer and welcome Hannah and Vicki to the stage to present the finalists, the award, please. Sorry about that.
First and primarily, I just want to say thank you to all of the finalists that have been nominated. They're clearly wonderful women that impact this community in wonderful ways. So can we please give them all a round of applause? It is my absolute pleasure to be a part of the program today, celebrating the amazing woman of the women of Harford County. We are proud to support the ATHENA Awards and student leadership at Harford Community College. We have a great deal to celebrate this morning, and it is an honor to have the opportunity to announce this year's recipient. This year, 5 outstanding finalists embody the qualities of ATHENA International and ATHENA Leadership Award nominee. The ATHENA Leadership Award nominee is an established leader and mentor who assists women in reaching their full potential, demonstrates excellence, creativity, and innovation in their business or profession, devotes time and energy to improve the quality of life for others in the community, exhibits the spirit of regional collaboration, serves as a role model and mentor for young women personally and professionally. This year's recipient is deeply committed to mentoring and elevating women in leadership, intentionally creating pathways for advancement and opening the doors for others to step forward with confidence, works to build environments where women are empowered to lead boldly and authentically, ensuring their voices are heard and valued, is a respecting community member and business leader known for her collaborative leadership style and unwavering commitment to strengthen economic vitality, has strengthened the advocacy voice for Harford County businesses at the local, state, and federal levels, including leading dozens of advocacy events and personally making more than 20 trips to Annapolis in a single legislative session. Please join me in congratulating a truly amazing leader, Angela Rose, President and CEO of Harford County Chamber of Commerce, as the 2026 ATHENA Leadership Award recipient.
I'm so glad I don't wear makeup and don't have to worry about crying any of it off. This is incredible. I, like Lauren, didn't write remarks because the amazing finalists that I was with, I did not expect to be up on this stage, but I did write my action list of people that I wanted to thank after the breakfast this morning. So you're getting that from me, and there's no rhyme or reason. First and foremost, I want to thank the selection committee. You have probably the most difficult job. Harford County is so rich with wonderfully inclusive, powerful women who want to make a positive impact, and I just thank you for taking on that responsibility every year to honor and recognize wonderful women. Harford Community College and the Harford Community Foundation, we have amazing education in Harford County, and it is under the leadership of Dr. Teresa Felder. My lady, I will absolutely do anything you need, anytime, day or night, please let me know. And Casey and team, thank you so much for such an amazing event this morning. To all of the sponsors, I know you've heard about it this morning, but to all of the sponsors who made this morning possible, being able to support scholarships and empower that next generation is incredible. And I wouldn't be doing my job. In your program, you have the opportunity to donate to the ATHENA scholarships this morning, so please scan that QR code, even if it's $1. You do make a difference. To my chamber team, I said it to you last night as the chamber celebrated our 50th anniversary. You all make me look good. I am just so appreciative of you, and without your support, I couldn't do what I do, so thank you so much. You've heard about having a tribe or having those people that support you. My friends and family have been those rocks for me, those steadfast supporters, and those pretty big hip checkers when I needed to be hip checked. And so I say to you, find your tribe. If you find somebody who doesn't have a tribe, be that tribe for someone, but make sure you find people who are going to support you when you need to be supported, but also give you that reality check when sometimes you might be a little off the rails. Lauren and I have a lot in common. My grandmother was probably the first woman that I saw or have tell me that I could do anything I wanted to do, be what I wanted to be. There was a campaign, probably early 80s, from the Army that said, we're looking for a few good men, and I stayed with her. And she turned to me and said, you don't need the stinking Army, you can be whatever you want to be. I might have been 4, and the language is a lot more colorful. But that's what what the environment that I grew up in. And I stayed with my grandmother because my mom was getting her PhD and working full time. So I hope I've made you proud. And my grandmother passed in August as well, so I think that she's looking down on me, and I hope I've made her proud. To my girls, Bella and Gianna, you're my why. So thank you for always making me look in the mirror and be the best that I can be, because it's for you. I just want to be the best example to you. And to my Scarlet Rose, my 18-month-old niece, you're the next generation, and I expect to see you on this stage one day. Thank you so much, and have an amazing Thursday.
Congratulations, Angela. We know this is very well deserved. If I can ask you ladies, Angela, to please stay on stage. And we're going to have our ATHENA Organizational Leadership Award recipient, the Arc of Northern Chesapeake, Sean, if you'll come up. Our young professional recipient, and you're staying up here. Lauren, if you'll come up to the stage, come back up and join us. Yes. This morning, we're pleased to be joined by a few of our elected officials who have proclamations to celebrate you. Representing Harford County Executive Bob Casserly, Tiffany Stevens. Tiffany, if you could.
Separately, but to all of the ladies out there. It's a wonderful audience. So on behalf of the county executive and Harford County government, may these ladies and everyone in the room inspire all the young and other ladies to keep doing what you're doing. Again, everyone here is amazing. Everyone is a winner, which everyone has said today, but these three inspire all of us. So, thank you.
Okay. Ladies, we have a few of these coming. If I can have County Council President Pat Vincenni, joined by members of the County Council to join the ladies. Come over a little bit this way. We know Pat will speak on the microphone.
I can, but it's coming back though.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here this morning. I think my colleagues and I would all agree that this is one of the favorite events that we look forward to every year. I know for me, I've been surrounded by strong, empowered women all my life, from my mother to my wife Jeannie, who will be celebrating our 51st wedding anniversary March 31st, so we look forward to that. And then also my daughters, our staff at the office, our council attorneys, all strong-willed ladies, and I mean to tell you, we couldn't do what we do without them. So with that, I want to congratulate our finalists, I want to congratulate the recipients, I want to congratulate all of you in the audience today. And Mr. Giangiordano?
I'd like to say congratulations to all the recipients, especially congratulations to all the award winners. You ladies empower women. You continue to empower the community. And I am so grateful to call you friends and grateful to get to know you. So congratulations.
I get to come from a slightly different perspective today, not only as a member of the County Council, but I've had the privilege of being able to get to know all of these ladies over my career and especially over the last couple of months. And I was so excited to be able to bring my girls today to have them be able to kick off Women's History Month and a soft spot for me, Social Worker Appreciation Month. But I wanted them to be able to see what the community means to them and how they can be a part of that community. And I'm just beyond thrilled for our recipients today. So thank you guys so much.
I can't say anything other than what my other council people up here have said. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to all the finalists. Congratulations to everybody who applied. Congratulations to everybody that took their time this morning to come here. I'm surrounded by women every day helping me, making my life better, from my mother to my sister, my whole office staff. Unfortunately, I'm the only gentleman they have to put up with me, but I want to congratulate everybody, and I want to get off before I cry. Thanks.
Thank you. Everybody gets to. Yep. Now, before we let our recipients this morning leave the stage, families, friends, get out your cameras, get out your phones. Here's a perfect time to capture a photo while they're being celebrated. So I see those cameras going. Go ahead and we'll capture their photo. And while that's happening, I want to just ask all of our finalists to please stand where you are. We're celebrating everyone this morning. You are all amazing women. Everybody up here is going, I'm smiling, I'm smiling, I'm smiling. Perfect. Recipients, you can be seated. As we conclude our program this morning, I must say that Harford Community College has the most amazing friends and alumni. We'd like to thank Richard and Charles Bowers of Flowers by Bowers for providing the beautiful floral arrangements at the table. We ask that whoever's birthday is closest to today, going forward, not backwards, forward, please take this centerpiece with you. Thank you again for joining us. Drive safe and have a delightful day.